In recent years, we have seen protests, riots, and a slew of news headlines increasing in frequency, focusing on the issue of systemic racism within different eras of our society. The issue of race has been a delicate topic for many throughout the years, and has now become a vessel to push certain ideologies into Western nations. Why is the issue of race resurfacing now? Why is race being used as a rallying cry to reshape the hierarchical structures in our society? Is there more to the story than we see on the surface? Let's talk about the motives behind all of this. Let's discuss critical race theory. As we've previously discussed in our viewpoint on postmodernism, the implementation of communism based on the theory of Karl Marx was an utter failure. This was self-evident to the Marxist intellectuals or critical theorists at the time, and while they had the option to abandon their failed theory, many sought to modify the ideology to fit the narrative of the time, while maintaining the same core concepts. Critical race theory, like postmodernism, is one such theory that became an offshoot of Marxism that is now permeating our society. In the 1960s, after the realization that Marxism was an utter failure, the standard of living in Western nations began increasing. The middle and upper classes were increasing while the poorer class was decreasing. However, during this time, widespread social and racial riots were plaguing the United States as African Americans were growing frustrated with the poverty levels in their communities. This provided a unique opportunity for the critical theorists to develop their ideas. Now, as this shift occurred, we saw the rise of Marxism in the far-left movements like the Communist Party of the USA, the Black Panthers, and the Black Liberation Army, which were eventually ascribed to the Civil Rights Movement. After this failed attempt at implementing a broad Marxist theory, they went back to the drawing board yet again to modify their ideas, bringing about critical race theory in the 1990s. According to the Encyclopedia Britannica, critical race theory is described as an intellectual and social movement and loosely organized framework of legal analysis on the premise that race is not a natural, biological, grounded feature of physical, distinct subgroups of human beings, but a socially constructed, culturally invented category that is used to oppress and exploit people of color. Critical race theorists hold that racism is inherent in the law and legal institutions of the United States, insofar as they function to create and maintain social, economic, and political inequalities between whites and non-whites, especially African Americans. Now, did you catch that? The premise of critical race theory relies on reworking the meaning of the previously simple term race. Apparently, race is no longer a physical distinction between different peoples, but is now a category of those being oppressed, non-white minorities. As you can see, the terms Marx coined as bourgeoisie, the rich, and the proletariat, the poor, are being replaced with whites, the rich, and non-whites, the poor, often focusing on blacks. The premise of critical race theory states that America and Western nations at large have a history of slavery and racial injustice, and therefore the correlation between racism, power, and society should be examined. However, the solution of the theory is much more sinister. While the premise portrays a legitimate claim and an important issue at hand, the solution is quite Marxist in nature. For instance, Ibram Kendi, an author, professor, and anti-racist activist, suggests creating a department of anti-racism, which would supersede all other legal and governmental structures, making it all-powerful and having the ability to abolish any law and silencing political leaders who are deemed racist. He also stated that being anti-racist is akin to being anti-capitalist. Additionally, Wallace Smith, in his article A New Racism, gives a bit more insight. One of the founding intellectuals of the critical race theory, CRT movement, legal scholar Richard Delgado, notes several influences on the theory, including the works of Marxist Antonio Gramsci and Western culture deconstructist Jacques Derrida. Disregarding practically the entire structure of Western civilization is considered a necessary price to pay. As Delgado again describes, unlike traditional civil rights discourse which stresses incrementalism and step-by-step progress, critical race theory questions the very foundations of the liberal order, including equality theory, legal reasoning, Enlightenment rationalism, and neutral principles of constitutional law. We see this play out in the recent Black Lives Matter protests across America, where the oppressed, the blacks, seek justice in a violent uproar similar to the plea of Marx in the Communist Manifesto. Or, as we've discussed in our previous viewpoint, diversity, inclusivity, and equity, the role of employers in general are being geared towards hiring racial groups that are considered minorities, rather than those who excel in their field. Christopher Rufo, a senior fellow at the Manhattan Institute and an activist against critical race theory, demonstrates that it has infiltrated the public school systems as well. In Philadelphia, an elementary school required 5th grade students to celebrate Black communism and to simulate a protest for the release of Angela Davis, a feminist and Marxist Black woman who was convicted of murder. We also see Berkeley's law professor Kiara Bridges at the Senate Judiciary Committee hearing on abortion in July 2022, expressing the need to end systemic racism.
You also talk about systemic racism. Do you see any systemic racism associated with the prevalence of abortion for Black babies as opposed to non-Black babies?
Absolutely. The higher rates of unintended pregnancy that lead to higher abortion rates among Black people is a result of structural racism, systemic racism. I understand systemic racism not to be boogeymen who are trying to dupe Black people into abortion care. I understand structural racism to be the systems that have made it so that Black people disproportionately bear the burdens of poverty in this country, the systems that have denied them the basics that they need in order to live humane lives like food, clothing, shelter, health care.
So you believe
a system that responds with the criminal legal system.
Rather than finding alternative means to uplift Black lives to a standard that is comfortable to afford childbearing, the solution is to continue with abortion. I guess Black babies' lives don't really matter then? You may look at these examples as a caricature of critical race theory, but are they? Our society is increasingly divided on every level, especially in the Western nations today. While the premise of critical race theory does bring up legitimate concerns, the solution to the problem is no different from that found in the Communist Manifesto, pitting the oppressed against the oppressor in a violent protest to control wealth. It never ended well for society when it was previously implemented. Why do you think it will work now?
If you liked this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And for more content like this, please visit our website at tomorrowsworldviewpoint.org.